Are we live? Hello. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host of IT Talks. This is Himanshu Ingle. Welcomes you on the episode 37 IT Talks powered by IQAC. This is an initiative taken by AIMS and ASB for the IT awareness. As you know, that IT is growing fast along with the Chat GPT, AI, and enhancement. So today we have a topic called blockchain technology. This is one of the most trending technologies in the world. So for that we have a host, of course, Shubhi ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. We have privilege. We are really excited to have a conversation with you on the blockchain technology.
Good
And
morning.
yes, ma'am. And with your respect and permission, shall we start the session?
Yes, please.
So, ma'am, I just want to ask you that will you please introduce like what is blockchain technology and how it works, and what is its contribution to the industry?
Yes. So mainly the main question which was coming towards me through various students, and that's why we have planned this session with you, was that students are not able to understand what is a blockchain. So there are a lot of technologies are there, a lot of certifications are going on in 5 days, 6 days, but 5 days is not a cup of tea. The first thing is
Yes.
that we have to understand the core concept, that what is basically this block and what is this chain and how it works and why it
Yes.
has become so popular. So first we have to
Hmm.
understand why it has become so popular. So
Hmm.
just imagine that we just take a scenario that we are doing a lot of transactions, right? And
Hmm.
the transaction is stored in a database. But when the database is there, in that database, one person is the admin, or we can say that person is the owner who owns the right to change the data or store the data. And then there is some middleman who is acting as a authority to handle the data. So there are chances that data can be tampered, data can be manipulated, or you can say it can be mutated. Mutation in biology, we have seen a mutation is something where there is change in the genes. So like that, there can be change in the data also. So that was a big challenge, because when it comes to data and when it comes to transactions, it has to be transparent. So keeping in mind the transparency, this concept of blockchain came in 2008. And the idea here was that here the database is not owned by any authority. It is not owned by single, or what we say, admin. It is a decentralized database where there are multiple owners. So now, if I am storing something in that data, in that we call it hyperledger, if I am storing into that database, everyone is able to see that yes, a change has been done. So if someone by chance tries to manipulate the data or change the data, which means everyone will come to know that the data has been changed or data has been tampered. So what comes
Obviously.
into the picture? The first advantage of blockchain is transparency increases. That I
Yes.
can no more, I can manipulate the data. So it stops manipulation. So that is why it became so popular. Suddenly it became so popular. The second one was, we all know that whenever there is a transaction, there is always a middleman. If there's transaction of money, then there is a bank. Then if there's a transaction of some other thing, then also there is a middleman, basically the admin person. So if I just
Yes.
want to remove the middleman, or I want to have a direct transaction with you, where you know and I know that I have given you this and you have given me this. So there I don't want a third party. So what I'm doing, I'm using this technology of blockchain. So basically, suppose now you will ask me what is a block. Block is nothing but a piece of data. That is my data. Suppose I'm giving you
Okay.
something. So that data, that what I'm giving, how many units, how many, on what date, at what price, that becomes my data. Or I call it a record in simple words when it is a database. So
Yes.
that is my data. So that data is stored in a block, right? Now the unique thing is that particular data which I'm storing at that point of time is given a hash. Hash is
Yeah.
a code. Like every person in India has Aadhaar number.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Same way, every record in a blockchain has a unique code.
Okay.
So the time when the data is generated or the block is generated, that
Hmm.
code is, we call it hash, that code is also added with that record.
Okay. Just
So
like
suppose
primary.
I'm doing something, so I'm adding a code A, right?
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
it is not, the story is not over here. Now, when another block is added, okay, in that chain, another block is added, it
Hmm.
stores the hash of previous block.
Okay.
Okay. So now you try to change the data. First of all, if you
Hmm.
change the data, the code will mismatch. The next code
Obviously.
generated through algorithm will not be AAA.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
you are thought that you are manipulating the data. And secondly, in the next block, again it is AAA. So everyone will come to know that there is a change in the data. Someone has
Yeah.
tampered the data. And that is
Obviously.
why it has become popular because totally transparent and everyone comes to know that where the data is tampered.
Hmm.
So I'm not able to do it. But this doesn't mean that
Yeah.
I can never change. I can do it, but again, I have to apply for migration. I have to again
Hmm.
apply that I want to change that data, and then also I cannot change it. I need to have consensus from the all the members of the blockchain on the network. Suppose there are 100 people, so minimum 60% votes I want. They will say unanimously,
Yeah.
you can change the data. Only then you can change your data, and that
Hmm.
is why writing a block takes 10 minutes. When you add a block in a blockchain, it
Hmm.
takes 10 minutes. One transaction takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
Time consumption. Getting my point?
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I
You are
have another question. Like you said, one transaction take 10 minutes something. So is it possible, is it considerable कि that suppose एक ट्रांजेक्शन की लिमिट 1 लाख है तो उसके लिए भी 10 मिनट लगेंगे या फिर एक ट्रांजेक्शन की लिमिट 10,000 है तो
one,
उसके लिए भी दस
one
मिनट
block.
लगेंगे.
Adding one block takes 10 minutes. So more blocks, more time. It is like that.
Okay.
It will take
So amount doesn't matter here.
if you're changing one data. See, I can very quickly change the data. Quickly I can do it
Hmm.
and I can go and I can run. But here it
Hmm.
takes 10. So imagine if suppose I want to change my code also. I say that I will change even my code. But
Yeah.
it take 10 minutes and not there. You have to change in the next block and next to next. So you have to change that code in all the blocks, which is next
Yeah.
to impossible. It will take 200 years to change.
Yeah.
So that is the catch, and that is why it has become very popular because it's too transparent. This is one
Okay.
thing. It is very transparent, and secondly, it is we call it immutable. It is immutable because once I have stored the data, it is not possible
Hmm.
to change it, and that is why when we are adding a block, we have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And
Very well said,
now
ma'am.
why we
Every
are
technology has its own application,
let me
you know. So
just
will you
let this
please explain that where it's applicable?
okay. See, it is you all have heard about that in the medical in the industry. It is
Hmm.
used because we want to store the data of patients and we want to keep it secure. So security, it's such a tight security makes it very popular in the health industry
Yeah.
where the documents of the patients and lot of records in history of the patient is stored very easily and we cannot change it. And no one is changing it, but yes, accidental deletions were also there earlier, and there were sometimes people were not able to put properly. And here we have become very cautious also, and that is why companies are shifting to blockchain. Apart from that, you all know that nowadays cryptocurrencies there, people are
Hmm.
transacting in bitcoins.
Yeah.
They have started transacting. It is as good as like we transact in gold. That way, we start transacting in bitcoins because there is
Hmm.
no regulatory body in between. Direct from you can transfer me, I can things like that. So that
Hmm.
they are also fine for financial transactions for even real estate. In real estate,
Hmm.
because there what happens is that uh, there is a concept of smart contract. So we can very easily have smart contracts. So there is no need of a notice. With the help
Hmm.
of smart contract, very easily we can buy and sell properties. So that
Hmm.
is there also it is used. So application
Yes.
is huge, but the question is that one thing is that there is technology. Always there
Yeah.
will be a new technology which will be coming. Now it is up to
Obviously.
you either we are using it or misusing. That
Yes.
we have to
Right.
that we have to ask. Are we using it or misusing it? Or are we overusing it or underusing it? These are few concepts that you have to understand. It has become, it is growing because there is a chain. A chain is
Yeah.
but that hash, that code which is connecting the two blocks. So there are two blocks that are connected through a hash, and that hash created is creating a long chain of blocks. So that
Okay.
chain is that keeps on growing, and you keep on adding your block, and that is how your data is stored. And we call it a hyperledger. It's a
What?
hyperledger. It is hyperledger.
Hyperledger. Okay.
Hyperledger. So it
Yeah.
is a ledger where the information is there. And the beauty is that everyone knows what is the information. Everyone can see. If there is a change, it's real time reflected and everyone can see. So what everyone can see adds to transparency because now everybody wants transparency like, when it comes to transactions, right? They are huge transactions. So in that case, it becomes easy, and people want to have transparency in their system. They want to have correct data, real data, reliable
Yes.
data.
Obviously.
The 7 V's of big data. The data has
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
real. The data has to be correct. It should not be fake.
Yes.
It should not be tampered.
Obviously.
It should not be muted. So keeping all those properties of data in mind, this technology emerged. Uh, Technologies will keep on coming.
Yeah. Sure. So,
Yes, you
techno.
asked.
Yeah, ma'am. Technology is evolving. So we know that every technology contains the coding languages. So will you please explain us that what coding languages that the blockchain technology contains and we can use in a blockchain technology, like computer languages?
Yes. So, Himanshu, first of all, we have to understand that for blockchain technology, there are two types of development.
Okay.
First is blockchain development, and the other one is application development. You can consider that suppose I start a company and I start developing my blockchain, right? So if I require programmers who are into the blockchain development, they will be called the core coders or core programmers. Core
Okay.
CORE
Okay.
core. They are the heart. Because they are actually making the chain. They are working on the
Okay.
blockchain. And developing a blockchain is huge task. If you want
Sure.
to become the blockchain developer, which is the highest paid job as of now. So if you want to become a blockchain developer, there you need to know encryption. You need to have knowledge of computer architecture, networking, programming
Okay.
languages, right from C, minimum 20 to 30 programming languages, good hand on it. Okay,
Okay.
good. It means to say good logic building algorithms. You can write even networking, cryptography,
Yeah.
cryptography,
Hmm.
and computer architecture. So these are the four basic things because when it is a blockchain, when you are developing a complete blockchain, which means you are talking to computers. So you are talking to different machines, and machines are interacting with each other. Your data is going in a coded manner. So you are doing encryption, decryption, private key, public key, all kinds. You
Yeah.
are generating hash, so hash algorithms, networking. So basic knowledge of, I can say the basic knowledge of computer engineering if you're done, or if not done, then also you can do it. It is do it as in you can do the courses which are available and have a good core concepts, and you get a chance in good companies, all the top-notch
Okay.
companies for the position of core developer for
Okay.
blockchain. Yes.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
this is the first thing.
Hmm.
And for this, if you are looking for languages, if you're looking for, you need to have good hold on JavaScript.
Java. Okay.
Yes, you need to have good hands-on experience on JavaScript. That is also. Now,
And ma'am,
this
can
is
we use?
one. Yes,
Yeah, ma'am. Please go ahead. You.
this is one vertical where we are talking of core development.
Okay. Okay.
The other one is application development.
Okay.
Now you will ask what application developers are. Application developers are designing applications on the blockchain, over the blockchain. Now
Okay.
suppose a company says that I want someone who has worked on Bitcoin, who has worked on the blockchain Bitcoin, which means he has designed certain applications on Bitcoin, or maybe Ethereum. If he has
Hmm.
worked on Ethereum-based application,
Hmm.
okay, so those are the application developers who are doing nothing. They are just using the blockchain as a base. The
Hmm.
blockchain which is already developed, they are using it as a
Hmm.
base, and they are designing their little application.
Okay.
Let's take one example.
Hmm.
Suppose I want to create one application. I will be
Hmm.
called an application developer, and I have to create an application where I want to write smart contracts. Okay, in that
Hmm.
application, I'm writing smart contracts. And in
Hmm.
smart contracts, what I'm writing, that the code I'm writing is that on the 31st of every month, the electricity bill is paid, the bill of the milkman is paid, the bill of,
Hmm.
let's say, mail is paid, and that kind of code I write. Automatically, the money is transferred from my Bitcoin to his, the
Oh.
transfer from my side to his end.
Okay.
Bitcoin to Bitcoin transfer is happening.
Okay.
Okay,
So.
and that is done on 31st of every month. So if I'm
Oh.
developing such kind of application
Hmm. Hmm.
where the payment is done to all my staff, okay,
Hmm.
but in the form of Bitcoin on 31st of every month, then I can
Hmm.
design one application. I will be called the application developer for
Hmm.
Bitcoin blockchain,
Ah.
okay, for Bitcoin, and then I
Hmm.
will be deploying my application, and
Yeah.
users
So.
will be using that application.
Hmm.
Users like
Hmm.
you can
Yes.
create your account and you
Hmm.
can transfer your entire staff on the 31st of every month.
Automatically.
Automatically it will go. And
Hmm.
how it is going, because I have
Yeah.
written the smart
Code.
contract. I have signed
Yeah.
the smart contract.
Hmm.
Contract is what? It is an agreement between you and
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Every
Hmm.
month, this much money will be transferred. So life becomes so easy.
Hmm.
Automatically, the salaries are given to his account,
But
and
man,
there is no regulatory
if
authority between.
okay, if ma'am, it is necessary if price getting fluctuated. If we write a code, suppose we have to write. It just you said key we have right to code like monthly expenses. So what if price getting fluctuated? We have to change code, or we have to rewrite it, or we have to edit
That,
it.
that is my point. See, the price will fluctuate. Because if the prices go high, in that case,
Yeah.
we get more. So whatever transaction is there, whatever I had a word with my maid servant or maybe my cook or my driver or whosoever, that is there,
Mhm.
right? I am giving
Yeah.
you this much. So it is his job, because it is very much like uh, transfer of money. It is called cryptocurrency. It is a
Oh.
different currency. It is
Yeah. Yeah.
a
Hmm.
digital currency.
Okay.
Digital
It
currency.
seems.
So if supposingly, just take a number. If I say I'll give you 5 Bitcoin every month, so
Hmm.
it's transferred into his account. There is no bank in between, no
Hmm.
regulatory authority in between.
Hmm. Yeah.
It is kind of financial institution which is distributed across the globe.
Yeah. Obviously.
It is distributed across the globe, and it is a financial institution. And trust me, there are companies who have started their blockchains. They are developing their blockchains, and they are more than 2000, not 2000, that's huge number now.
Hmm.
Cryptocurrencies are there. And
Hmm.
it is like they have introduced their cryptocurrency and they say you do your trading in our currency. You do
Oh.
trading in our currency. Now it is up to people, masses, if they have trust in that currency. If they have trust
Hmm.
in that currency, they will purchase more of that currency,
Hmm.
and then they will start trading. So,
Yeah.
lot many companies have started their. I mean, entrepreneurs have started their currency, and they are
Hmm.
making that popular. And
Hmm.
again, the same thing is trust. It is in the market also. If we have trust in a company, we invest money. We purchase shares, or we do indirect investment funds. If we had,
Yeah.
suppose I have trust in HDFC, I will invest in HDFC.
Obviously.
So it is like that. So that way, so
Hmm.
everything depends on trust. But the thing is that why it has become so popular is because it is very easy to use.
Hmm.
And secondly, you might say that how come it is easy? It is taking 10 minutes for a block to be written, right? But suppose I have to pay money from India to, let's say, US. So there is no middleman, as in no regulatory body, like no bank is in between. So I can transfer. Though RBI has written the rules and regulations, and we have to abide by that. First of all, we have to understand that, and that is why this today's session is that blindly we should not follow anything. First, understand what our government has declared, what the latest guidelines are, how you can transact, how much are we, is it legal? In certain countries, it's legal. How it is considered, that we have to take care of, and we have to understand.
Okay.
But there are countries where the salaries are also coming in cryptocurrency. So certain countries are accepting, and it totally depends on the system, the kind of people that we are living with, that we have to take a technology further into that country. Actually following a technology and then landing nowhere is not the solution to any of the problems. Then it's better we go by the manual system or the oldest system which we are having, because there should not be any confusion and mishaps, or we can say cyber crimes. That also we have to take. But definitely there is a lot of job opportunity when it comes to blockchain technology. As I told you, first one is application development. Second is core development of blockchain. So now you have two options. See, you have two options. Just analyze yourself, whether you know cryptography, whether you know computer architecture. If not knowing, then also take the books and start reading. It's very simple. Then
yes, ma'am.
You know, cryptography is very interesting. Networking, programming languages, JavaScript, C++, Python, 3 languages. Just have a let's say crash course of let's say 10 to 20 days and find out what's there. After that, when you are ready with the languages and the concepts, then we will switch to Truffle. You will say, what is Truffle? Truffle is nothing but an environment. It is like we are Visual Dev, where you used to design the websites and everything, right? So the same way we have. So Truffle is, you can download it and then you can design your programs, your applications on your computer. So once you have designed everything on Truffle, then what next? Because you have designed your application, but how will you reach to that particular blockchain? That is the target. Because your application work on that blockchain. So once you have Truffle on your computer and you have designed application, this complete environment where you can design your program, run it, test it. The testing you have done, that yes, this is my program, or this is my application which I have designed. So once you are through with the Truffle, then we will take the help of Ganache.
Okay.
Now you ask me, what is Ganache?
What is Ganache, ma'am? Will you please explain?
So Ganache is basically, you can say, it is a fake environment where you get 10 ethers, 100.
Okay, it's like hallucination.
10. Artificially, we are simulating everything now. So we get
like we are
fake money, like 100 fake ethers. Test 10 test accounts. So there you are actually doing what? You are testing your application. Suppose you are giving money to me. So is it reaching to me? That is the question now.
Yeah, sure.
Application you have done, sab ho raha hai, everything is happening, but actually money is coming to me or not. So what you will do? You will take help of Ganache. In the Ganache, you will deploy your application. You will deploy it. This is Ganache, Ganache. And you will test your application whether practically things are happening or not. Whether in the blockchain, whether my application is able to find out. Suppose I have created a blockchain on, let's say, Ethereum or Bitcoin, and my not blockchain. I have created an application on Bitcoin, and my application tells me every day that what is the value of Bitcoin today and tomorrow, or yesterday, or history of, let's say, 10 years. Okay. So that is my application. So I'm testing my application. So when I'm testing my application in an environment which is outside my Truffle was just an environment where I designed and developed my application. Now I have to test it. So for testing whether the transaction takes place properly or not, if there any error in it, then we take the transaction.
Okay.
And there we get fake currency. We get fake
Okay.
currency. Because if I'm directly testing on Bitcoin, then what will happen? Bitcoin will ask me fee. I will have to pay a fee. Then only I can deploy my application over there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting my point?
What? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What kind of technology we can test in the NAS?
What the Nash is just you can say it is a runtime. It is an environment where
Mm-hmm.
see you first of all understand that whatever we have designed, whatever
Yeah,
application we
every.
need to do, that
Okay.
application needs to be tested first at a rough area.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
Yeah, ma'am. That
I
I.
Bitcoin, I pay them. If I go to
Mm-hmm.
let's say Bitcoin blockchain and I pay them, and my
Mm-hmm.
software has failed, then I have lost so much of money.
Obviously.
And Ganache is free, totally free.
Okay.
It's a test environment which is totally free. Free of cost, it's available, and you have 100 ethers over there, and you have also uh, test accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So you are holding your code over there. I can say you are trying your application there, and you are running and you're just checking whether your transactions are taking place. Actually, if the person, suppose you are doing a transaction with me or someone, let's say in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So is it happening or not? So that testing is done. We can say we are doing that in a dummy environment.
Okay. So ma'am, I want to ask you a next question. Like, where do you see this tech in next few years? Like, how it will grow or how it will take place in the next few years?
It is growing on what's exponentially.
Hmm.
From 21 it has increased to, I mean, if we stock data, it is growing exponentially. The packages are highest when it comes to blockchain, and that is why you can say, well, if I'll do blockchain technology, I'll get this much of package. Or so that is why I'm just trying to convey that blockchain is a huge concept. You cannot just learn or master blockchain in, let's say, 10 days or 15 days or even 5 months. No,
Hmm.
you need to have good hands-on experience on projects, on past topics of computers like encryption, decryption, networking, basics of
Hmm.
architecture, lot of full computer science knowledge, algorithms, mathematics, everything is needed. Then only you can go for the package. What suppose you are saying that definitely you can get a package of 1 CR. It is there. There
Okay.
are companies. If you go outside India, you get a package of 1 CR very easily. But the thing
It's
is,
a
what basically needed over here, that is huge demand. The demand is in of lot of topics that has to be very clear. I cannot say that I know Python, so I can learn blockchain and master. Definitely, you can master. There are students who are from non-computer field, and they have done, after doing mechanical engineering, they have switched to computer science, and now they are
cool.
totally
Yeah.
programmers on cloud. But what we need to understand is that first of all, the if if I in simple words I say that I want to master blockchain technology, I need to have hands-on experience of data science, linked
Okay.
list, heaps, and all the concepts of data structures. Whatever we have done in the, let's say, in the beginning, the initial semesters of engineering or MCA or any other course that you have done. So if you
Hmm.
have good knowledge of data, you understand what is data structure, then you will be able to understand. Because the way in
Okay.
data, there was a linked list. If you know that we had the address of the previous node, and that is how we used to connect two nodes. Same here in the blockchain also we have list of blocks. So the first block is the Genesis block where there is no hash, in the no code. In the second block we have the address and the
Yeah.
hash, the code.
Hmm.
And the code is nothing but the, you can say, the thumb impression of the data.
Hmm.
Change the data, there will be a code history.
Hmm.
You cannot change the data. That
Okay.
and this code is again reflected in rest of the blocks. All the blocks are dependent on that code. So if one location there is a mutation takes place, it will damage the entire chain, and we come to know that someone has tampered the data. And that is
Yeah,
why
sure.
this programming, the core programming, what we say is the blockchain programming, is really very, very tough. Tough, as I'm not saying tough, but it needs a lot of basic knowledge of computers.
Yeah. And
So,
ma'am, one important question, like, is it carbon consuming? Like considering the environment, is it carbon consuming?
it is time consuming. It is time consuming.
No, I'm saying it is carbon consuming.
Yes, yes,
Oh, all right.
true.
Will you more specify this term, like how it is carbon consuming and is it harmful to environment?
See, again, the same thing. I repeat, always say the same thing. There are servers in the end. Whatever,
Hmm.
whatever transaction which takes place throughout the world, there are servers in the end. There are data,
Yeah.
there are servers, and those are, first of all, we have to ask: are those servers green servers? Green
No,
server
no, no.
means that the cooling system of the server is
Uh-huh.
through a solar panel or through a wind turbine,
Hmm.
or it
I
is
think,
through oil,
ma'am,
or it is through oil.
uh,
So definitely, if it
yeah.
is through sunlight, say sun is coming every day and giving us sunlight. So if it is through sunlight, we have solar panels for the, if ours, the company which is using the
Hmm.
servers and servers are green. In that case, there
Hmm.
is no problem. But if
Okay.
at the back end we have oil associated with it, then definitely it
Hmm.
is consuming carbon. And
Yeah, sure.
one transaction takes 10 minutes, 9 to 10 minutes. For
Yeah.
Bitcoin, it takes 1 to 9 to 10
10.
minutes.
Yeah, 9 to 10.
For Ethereum, it is less. For Ethereum, it is less.
Hmm.
And that is a lot of research is going on that transaction. Reduce the transaction time, because when it is a transaction, it is a huge backend algorithm which is running. Because when
Hmm.
the transaction is done, there is
Hmm.
there is a job of uh, what we call as the auditors, the
Hmm.
smart contract auditors. There's a role of smart contract auditor. So basically, what
Okay.
happens is that suppose I have written a smart contract, right? I write, company hires me and I write smart contracts. That is my.
Hmm.
Then there is someone who is auditing it, that whether it is correct or not. So that
Okay.
auditor takes its own time. Then there is a, if I'm adding a block, there is a voting system which is associated. Then the vote comes, consensus comes from all the members of the blockchain. So imagine the
Hmm.
time which is associated.
Hmm.
Definitely, it is time consuming.
Hmm. Plus, it is carbon consuming also.
Can you repeat? I'm not able to understand.
Plus, I'm saying plus it is carbon consuming also, as you said that
Yes,
if the company is not having the green servers, so it is carbon consuming.
it is carbon consuming, and it is consuming huge carbon. Because actually the number is
Okay.
huge, but again the thing is that there are companies who have started their carbon neutral programs there, as in whatever
Hmm.
whatever carbon footprints they are releasing. Like
Hmm.
if I take example of Google, so they have
Hmm.
huge carbon neutral programs wherein they invest money into the programs where there is methane emission. So what they do,
Okay.
they take those areas, they adopt those areas where there is methane
Hmm.
emission, and they convert that methane into two products. One product is reused and the other product is just converted into carbon. So that is how they are reducing the methane footprint. So what they are
Hmm.
doing, they call it carbon neutral programs, because
Okay.
they have accepted that we are releasing carbons through our servers.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
here we are releasing, and at that location we are trying to neutralize it. We are
Hmm.
trying to cut carbon at that location. So they are compensating. They have adopted.
Okay.
There is forest. There are programs where there is massive drive of tree plantation. They are
Hmm.
planting and adopted that those areas and growing those trees so that we can have trees who can eat carbon. So
Hmm.
definitely, this entire technology is there, and it is really a transparent technology, immutable technology, where peer-to-peer people are connected to each other and they are adding their blocks easily, and
Hmm.
they have, it has gained a lot of trust. Definitely, trust is there, but
Hmm.
whatever technology comes, that comes with a huge package of carbon footprints. We call it
Okay.
digital carbon footprints, because digital carbon is something that will be released because at the end of the day, everything is data. Even we are talking, so we are also releasing carbon because
Yeah.
it is stored somewhere as a data. This is also stored somewhere as a data. So we are also releasing carbon. We are putting pictures on social media. That is also releasing carbon because whatever is stored in data
Totally.
as data, a memory is used, and memory, when the memory is used, definitely, and 24/7 the data is available, which means servers are running. Servers
Yeah.
need coolants. That is the basic knowledge of computer that we need to understand, that every server requires a coolant. How will you provide the coolant? For that you are burning fossil fuels.
Obviously.
So definitely
Even,
carbon is
yeah.
associated.
Even, ma'am, we would like to know what are the uses of, blockchain technology.
You
Basically, what are the uses? Will you please specify the terms in industry how we can use the blockchain technology, or is it used for the personal use?
So mainly, Himanshu, what is happening that
Hmm.
nowadays, right from big companies to small startups, all are trying to shift on blockchain technology. The
Hmm.
first thing was the transparency. That is, there is no
Hmm.
middleman required, no admin
Yeah.
required, and
Hmm.
directly the transaction is added, and everyone is able to see.
Hmm.
First of all, we are not having any middle person who is managing the data, or we can say
Hmm.
there is no database manager. There is no database manager in it. There is only smart contract audit. There are only auditors, and
Hmm.
it is actually an audit in real time.
Hmm.
Because suppose I am adding a block, everyone will come to know.
Sure.
And if I am tampering a block, that also everyone will able to know. Because उनको
Obviously.
hash change रहेगा.
Hmm.
Their hash is playing a big role because data is there, but every data is coming with a thumb impression. Like I am having my thumb impression here. Every data is having a thumb impression. That is in the name of hash code, and we are using
Hash code. Okay.
the hash algorithms. We are using that is why what I'm saying, cryptography and networking. We have to understand. So we are using the hash algorithms to generate hashes, and every hash is
Hmm.
unique. So every record is having a unique hash, and now you
Okay.
change करके बताओ
Hmm.
update नहीं कर पाओ because hash
Obviously.
the moment you change the data it will mismatch the hash. So
Hmm.
it is next to impossible,
Okay.
and that is the reason healthcare industry has they are using it. They are because they are dealing with patients with such a crucial data of patients that they don't want to have any kind of mishap which is happening. Correct?
Yes. Basically, it's like a primary key which we use in SQL, and it's a unique part of blockchain technology, right?
Secondly, financial transactions are taking place. Financial
Yeah.
because what is happening is that nowadays it is various cryptocurrencies are coming. It is like you can start your cryptocurrency, you can start a
Hmm.
blockchain,
Hmm.
and you can start a cryptocurrency. But the thing is, people need to have trust in your currency, and when people are doing trading in your currency, it is very much
Hmm.
like I have gold. I do trading in gold. Gold versus gold.
Okay.
Rupee is
Hmm.
not involved anywhere. I say I'll give
Yeah.
you 1 gram gold, you give me 1 gram gold. Now it is up to us what is the rate of that gold. Let's see what is the
Yeah.
rate of it. That is why people
Hmm.
keep gold and everything. So that is why
Hmm.
we call it digital gold. This is digital gold.
Yeah. 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 So is
This
it a
is
part of a blockchain?
huh. So now keeping gold with us in lockers, that's what people used to do, keeping golds
Hmm.
and jewelry and all that. So they
Hmm.
were trying to make money. But here what happens that now people are keeping bitcoins in their wallet.
Hmm. Hmm.
So like if Ether
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there, so Ethereum is suppose Ethereum is the let's say we have the Ethereum blockchain, right? In the Ethereum for the Ethereum blockchain, we have the Ether coins. Ether are the coins. We call
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
currency.
Hmm.
Okay. So there will be a wallet where we will store the ethers. So I can
Hmm.
make payment in terms of ethers. Now the question
Yeah. Oh.
is whether the other person is accepting ethers or not. So
Hmm.
suppose my local market grocery shop people say, okay, we accept transaction in Bitcoin or Ether, then I'll start paying in Ether.
Yes.
I'll start paying in Bitcoin. But if you know, I will only accept rupees, and that also max to max you can GPay. You can transact in
Yes,
my
obviously.
account, bank account. So
Hmm.
then the bank is there in between, and the bank is charging me. But if I'm directly paying in Ether, then there is no bank in between. So no regulatory bodies in between. That is what I'm saying. This entire blockchain technology system is basically a financial body. It is a distributed financial body across the world, which is basically on trust. And it happened because suddenly, suppose your money, if suppose we have demonetization, so we are reliant on the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in that case, what will you do? So if suppose I have alternate thing, like I have gold, in the exchange of gold, I can purchase anything. So likewise, they think if we have bitcoins, we can purchase something. It is basically, there is a huge shoot up of the value of Bitcoin since its inception. And it is, in the coming years, it will increase only. It will not be. Because see, now what has happened post-COVID, people have totally shifted to digital world.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
they are very convenient. Online talking, online discussion, online meetings where I'm not able to reach, but here I can reach. Likewise, I'm not able
Yeah.
to pay with that, but it is so convenient. I can pay in, let's say, in bitcoins or maybe in some other cryptocurrency. If it is authorized by my country. So the concept is mainly of transactions which are transparent transactions. So in healthcare industry is using it. Then
Yes.
nowadays various companies have started storing their data in the form of blockchains. They store their transactions in the form of blockchains. Now if there is a supply chain management company, okay, there is a company who is doing a lot of supply chain. They have supply chain. So instead of keeping a middleman, because a middleman or an admin can always go and tamper the data,
Yeah.
can commit a mistake. But here what is happening, if I am, suppose I am adding a transaction, I am doing a transaction, I am adding it. I am adding it and
Oh.
the third party is viewing it. So what happens? There is no middleman. If another person
Yeah.
comes, he is adding his blockchain, he is adding his block into the chain, and then he is other party, everyone is reading it, but
Yeah.
I can add it randomly. It is a huge, that is why it takes 10 minutes, because I cannot add it randomly, that I can add anything. No. Whatever data I have given, that will be verified, it will be checked, a voting will be done, and only then it will be added into the entire thing. And
Yes.
after that, I cannot change it.
Okay.
Then I
So it
cannot.
was
So
okay.
I have to be
So
very
now,
particular when I'm adding my revenue. But
okay.
now people, definitely people are, and it becomes fast. Immediately I see, okay, one more record is added. Then I see one more, two more are added, five more are added. So I can see what is happening. So
We will
yes,
analyze the data.
the operations management, it is very helpful. In healthcare industry, it is very helpful. Definitely for finance, people are thinking of using it. But sometimes what happens, Himanshu, that we just try to understand things and we spend a lot of money. Let's say I say I will spend this much of money in cryptocurrency, and I will. It is very much like shares, and then someone makes me a fool, because they say we have started our currency and you invest in us and we will give you this much bitcoins. Let's say they give you so many promises, but everything is in the digital world. So first you have to understand the concept, that what it is and how it is working, and who
Yeah.
all are the reliable people, trusted people. And that is why I today, if I want to do a transaction, I will take a bank in. I will not directly go from Bitcoin to Bitcoin. I will also
Yeah.
take, because I trust a bank. I know, see, RBI is my trusted bank of my country.
Sure.
SBI is the government,
No doubt.
ICICI is the bank. All these banks are all trusted banks. These are big banks for years, and we are doing transactions, so my money is safe. Definitely, they are charging one fee in between, but I have more faith in a bank which is established for so many years. We talk of RBI, that was our bank prior to independence. Later in 1951, it was nationalized. This is what happened
Yeah,
after the independence. It was nationalized and it became the National
nationalized.
Bank of India. It was
Hmm.
started at the time when Britishers were here. At that time, RBI started. If
Yes.
I'm not wrong, I think in 1937 it started. So
Hmm.
in the oldest bank. So I'll trust RBI more in these kind of
Obviously.
things. But since when there
Yeah.
is a wave or there's a huge buzz of something that this is so, I mean, fruitful and let's invest. My friend has done it. I will also do it. So don't. And there
Hmm.
are people who take loan and do investment over here. Such kind of things are also happening.
Oh.
And then if suppose the entire company is shut,
Hmm.
what will you catch?
What will we
Because
do?
the person,
Yeah.
because everything is digital.
Hmm.
Bank is
Sure.
there is a physical office, there is a person, there is a manager. Definitely,
Yeah.
when I am creating my account in the
Hmm.
crypto, there also all my documents are required. My PAN card, Aadhaar card, then my
Hmm.
voter ID. I am also verified. It is not that I
Yeah.
am not verified. As
Hmm.
e-KYC, my KYC is done there also. If I'm
Hmm.
starting with bitcoins, I mean, if I
Yeah.
want to invest in bitcoins,
Yeah. Yeah.
my details will be taken, full details. Then only I'll be verified and then I can start doing that work.
Okay. So, ma'am, I want to ask you one thing. Like, as you know that we are the management student. So, how it's more helpful to any other specialization like marketing, HR, finance? Finance, you told us that there is a transactions happening between and there is no third party. So, how other for other specialization it is very helpful. Sorry.
What I will suggest, first of all, that first of all, we all have to understand that blockchain
Hmm.
technology is a understand and we have to accept that
Hmm.
blockchain technology is a huge technology which needs hardcore computer programming, knowledge of
Hmm.
hardcore computer programming. If I
Yeah.
want to go as a let's say developer in blockchain or
Hmm.
core developer in blockchain, if I'm
Hmm.
a management student, in that
Hmm.
case, I need to understand the basic things. The basic, as
Hmm.
in what that suppose I'm a HR. Let's say I'm from HR, right?
Hmm.
I'm from HR. So what I'm doing? I'm doing hiring of people. That is my core job. I'm hiring
Okay. Yeah.
people. So in that case, I have to understand the role of the person I'm hiring. So suppose
Hmm.
I'm HR and I am appointed as let's say HR manager in a company
Hmm.
which is developing a blockchain.
Hmm.
So now my requirement is that when I'm hiring people in that company, I need to understand the role of the programmers, the basic knowledge of the programmers, what they
Hmm.
need to know, what is their background, what is their past education, on which project they have worked.
Okay.
And then only I can appoint that person, as definitely they have to take help from the IT team over there and they will be given guidelines.
Hmm.
When it comes to interview, face-to-face interview, they need to
Hmm.
understand that for blockchain, for recruiting blockchain developers, what is the technology which is required. So
Hmm.
this is needed for HR.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to marketing people, in that
Hmm.
case, if you are doing the marketing of let's say a blockchain development country or you have a company or you have joined a particular company which is developing its own cryptocurrency. So in
Hmm.
that case, when you are marketing that currency, there you have to understand the entire market, the parallel currencies which are there, what
Hmm.
your currency is doing, how trading is fruitful in that, and you have to be very real. Do
Hmm.
the market and try to understand the market first. How many people
Hmm.
are actually interested? Do a little survey and find out are people really interested in investing cryptocurrencies? Are they sure?
Hmm.
Because there is a survey where you find that so many people who are still not aware and able to understand this, what it is, and they're
Yes.
say that I want to invest and there's a really this much of money. So there's
Hmm.
a lot of debate at homes also between parents and kids that kids are saying that we will invest in this
Hmm.
and mother and father are not ready for that. So this
Yes.
is the kind of confusion which has been created. So if you are into the marketing again, You need to understand the current, the profile of the company, what this company is producing, what is the end product. Because they are marketing the product. So what if they are producing a cryptocurrency, or if that is an organization which is developing blockchain, which is developing the chain, or which is taking applications. Suppose I take an application and I deploy that on, let's say, Ethereum. Okay. So that is the marketing. The student who is doing marketing should understand my application. That what is my application? What are its uses? How it is useful? What value will it add to the person? Definitely, if you are adding a product, you have selling the product, so you have to understand my product, which is basically application.
Okay.
I have designed application. So application, they need to understand what this is doing. So basically, they need to understand the basics of front end and back end applications. That is required. If finance people are there, they need to understand the entire market, the rates, the comparative analysis of gold, mutual funds, bank rates, deposits, conversion rates, everything which is related to them, and then definitely the latest knowledge of cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? What is it? How it performs? What is people's faith? Because
So
if their company is, let's say, dealing in cryptocurrency, then you need to understand. You need to understand that which cryptocurrency they are dealing with, what is its past record, how it is doing, and they need to understand the entire system of the currency, how it is working. And for operations also, those who are going, they should understand what is a blockchain. They should be as good as IT students for operations. Because again, they are dealing with the entire chain, because they are the people. Their operations is one area where blockchain is rigorously used nowadays, because it is the fastest way of communication.
Plus data is there.
If you see, I just give one example. If you see that we have ordered something, so we know by tracker that where our article has reached. So we come to know it is here. So that is what is happening. In the real time, we can track our record. So here also in blockchain, what is happening? Everything is tracked so easily. What is happening? So basically, transparency is there, and no one can say that no, it is late because something happened. No one can make stories now, because everything is transparent. I can see what is happening to my product, where it has reached, and which hand, which phone number is there. So companies are definitely shifting to this technology. But yes, carbon footprints are huge carbon, digital carbon.
So it is as you said that for operations people they have to deal with this whole thing. They have to good as the IT student. So will they learn? So will they have to learn the analytical tools like SQL, Tableau for the blockchain?
See, what I am trying to convey is that operations students are mainly dealing with the operations part where too much of IT is involved. Too much
Ma'am, definitely.
technology is involved. Like if it is supply management, then they need to understand the database. Now this is a hyperledger. This is a distributed database. So they need to understand what is distributed database, what is networking. They need to understand the computer architecture. They need to understand. I'm not saying they have to be masters of computer science, but they should know what is encryption, what is cryptography. What is cryptography? They need to know that. They need to have good knowledge of these four. See, if I'm from computer science, then definitely I can go for a developer's job, full stack developer who are doing back end and front end, both the kind of work. Front end is when I'm designing the website. Back end is when I'm dealing with the blockchain. So that is back end. So if I'm a full stack developer, I know front end and back end. Operations people might not understand the development part of the languages, but they should know that what is front end, what is back end. Because they are also dealing with data. Marketing students are not dealing with data. They are just marketing the product. They are marketing your application or maybe marketing your currency. But operations people are dealing with the data.
Definitely there is a
So they have to be very careful, because now since technology has penetrated so deeply into the system that you can be fooled very easily. But a person keep giving you 5 hi-fi IT keywords can
Hmm.
fool you very easily. If you don't
Obviously.
understand. They can give you 5, 6 words and then you are stuck and you don't know the answer. That is, you will start trusting, okay, he's saying he's correct. But you should have a
Yes.
sound knowledge. At least if he's saying that there's a private key, there is a public key, you should know what is private key, what is public. You should know what is
Yeah, sure.
a digital wallet. You should know what
Hmm.
is ether.
Hmm.
When you are dealing with cryptocurrency, you should know what is ether, what is wallet.
Hmm. Hmm.
What is, for us, it is we should know what is Ethereum, what is truffle, what is ganache. It is not their cup of
Hmm.
tea. We are the
Yes.
developers, we should know what is ganache. Why I'm using ganache?
Hmm.
Because in the ganache, in the simulation, I'm doing the transaction. I'm trying to find out whether my
Hmm.
software is working or not, whether transaction is done, whether Himanshu received the money or not. That is why I'm
Hmm.
using ganache. So I'm giving you some fake money. It is
Uh-huh.
like you give me some fake money and I give you some fake money and we do our exchange and we do practice. That okay,
Hmm.
it is doing. But I'm giving you some fake money and you are giving me some fake money.
Hmm.
Why? Because now in the real world market when
Perfect.
we will go, then when there we are deploying our application, what we have designed. Real world is
Hmm.
what, like real, let's say Ethereum blockchain. If
Hmm.
I'm adding my application on Ethereum blockchain and I'm saying my this application will give money to my milkman, so in that case the transaction has to happen
Yeah.
error free, foolproof.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is why on the ganache I'm testing first
Hmm.
with little of fake money, fake currency, fake account, fake, we
Hmm.
call it fake because it is test accounts, test currency, test account. But once it is done properly, no errors, nothing, then I can go into the go live with my
Hmm.
application on the cloud,
Hmm.
and then I can pay to my milkman, to my entire staff, all 5
Hmm.
people who I've hired, and I can use a smart contract where there's a date.
Yeah.
Smart contract is nothing but an algorithm where a lot of rules are written, and that
Hmm.
smart contract is finally verified. Once it is verified, then that smart contract is used, and with the help of the smart contract, your application is there. You are paid for your application because you have designed your application. You get your share, and that application is used by the user. So that is how this entire business model is. People are working on.
Okay. All right.
If I'm a developer app, I will produce my app. Like, have you heard
Hmm.
about Chroma?
Oh, sorry.
Not Chroma. Sorry, Canva.
Can I? Yeah, ma'am. Sure.
Canva.
I have been using
Canva is
this.
same. It is the same concept. Someone has designed Canva,
Okay.
and Canva is
Yeah.
online available. We are designing our posters, flyers, brochures.
Focus, ma'am.
Lot many things are there, right? So I'm
There
using it.
are available templates.
I'm using it. And now suppose I want to have kind of some more features. So Canva is providing me. I have
Yes.
to
Yes.
say
Definitely.
something. That is how Canva is earning.
Hmm.
And I take that font and that color and whatever the new
Hmm.
designs are there, background layout, whatever. And then I'm paying. And
Yes.
that is
Yes.
how Canva is earning from me. So once they have propagated their particular product, it is online product. It is an
Hmm.
application.
Yeah.
It is a
Yes.
service
Yes.
or the kind of
Hmm.
product which is not, you cannot hold it in hand. It is that kind of product.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is non-tangible, you can say. It is non-tangible product. It is available
Yeah.
on cloud, but I'm using it
Uh,
rigorously. So like,
hmm.
your application is also there on the Ethereum. You have created your application. Your application is working on Ethereum blockchain. So if your application
Hmm.
is working on Ethereum blockchain, then your application is designed by you, owned by you. You are earning, and your application is doing some transaction.
Hmm.
So this is the job of an application developer. When I'm
Okay.
designing application over a blockchain, I'm called an application developer.
Hmm.
But if I'm
Definitely.
designing something or I'm designing a new blockchain, I'm starting my blockchain,
Hmm.
then I'm core developer.
Okay.
I initiated my blockchain with Genesis block. Genesis block is
Hmm.
what? The first block where the hash is zero, where the code
Hmm.
is zero, hash code.
Yes. Yes.
So
Hmm.
if there are companies who are starting their own blockchains.
Hmm.
So if suppose tomorrow you want to start your own blockchain company,
Hmm.
So you will hire application developer, someone who
Okay.
will develop application on your blockchain.
Okay. On my side.
Yes. So suppose you find one venture capital, you are an entrepreneur, you find one venture capitalist who is ready to pay money in your business idea, and you start
Hmm.
your blockchain.
Okay.
So you are developing your blockchain, and for that blockchain, the development of chain, for the development of chain, you need the core programmers, the core
Hmm. Obviously.
program. And for that
Hmm.
application also you need programmers. So two types of jobs are. Core is
Hmm.
highest paid as of now,
Hmm.
and application is below that. But I will
Hmm.
never suggest that you directly first go for application because application is easy. Try everything in parallel. There are so many things which go in parallel. Because you are a computer science program student, then you have done lot many things in past. So no need to
Hmm.
waste time. You can revise lot many things related to web. But for core programming, you can learn the blockchain technology.
Hmm.
There is a language called as Solidity.
Yeah. Yeah. I have heard that.
So Solidity is one language that you can start with,
Hmm. Okay.
and then uh, go for the JavaScript. JavaScript with React library, Express library,
Okay.
Node for backend development, Node.js.
Hmm.
React.js is very popular for front end development.
Hmm.
And
Will you please repeat the languages that you have mentioned right now?
huh, see, first of all, you write down in two headings. One is for the application development. So for
Okay.
application development, you need to know Python, JavaScript,
Hmm.
okay,
Okay.
and Solidity.
Solid.
Yes, Solidity is mainly used for smart contracts, right?
Solidity. Okay. Solid.
Yes. And when you are going for core development, there you need to know one language is called as Go. It is Golang, right? Go.
Okay.
Yes,
Good.
Go. Then
Hmm.
we have C++,
Yeah.
which everyone knows. C++ is a very famous language, and even students
Yes.
of school are also using it. They have done it. And
Hmm.
there is one more language which is called as Rust, R-U-S-T.
Yeah. Yeah. Rust.
Rust is it. So these are the languages that you need to know. For
Okay.
huh. These languages you need to know first of all. But when it comes
Hmm.
to basic skills, what you have done in the past, there you have to
Hmm.
understand that for core development, you need to understand four things. Where first is cryptography, second is
Hmm.
networking, third is
Hmm.
computer architecture, and
Hmm.
fourth one is the concept of database.
Obviously, that is a that is
So
a
these
permanent part of the blockchain technology
yes.
database.
So this is basically the foundation work that you have to do
Hmm.
because you are going one level up. Suppose you are applying for one
Hmm.
CR package. So you need to
Yeah.
know thoroughly. You need to know this, and then you go for the let's say the Golang.
Hmm.
And it is not at all tough for the students who have done IT in past. It is not tough.
Hmm.
The only
Yeah.
thing is
Obviously.
little we have to revise everything. We have to do
Hmm.
practice. We have to do a lot of practicals, revise all the languages. It's thorough revision of everything. Then you can start, and definitely if you have that knack or you have that flair for programming, good concept, logic building, definitely you will design very good codes.
Block. Yeah.
There are a lot of blockchain developers, a lot of young students who have taken up blockchain development, and they are doing very well. And there are other enterprises
Okay.
doing it. Because again, the same thing. When transparency is added as a feature, then everyone starts enjoying it. And yes,
Hmm.
data structure. Data structures you need to understand. Data
Yeah.
structure is something which is the root, or you can say it is the main part of blockchain technology because the entire blockchain is based on data structure.
Hmm.
Concept of data structure because it's
Yeah.
nothing but a linked list. In simple words,
Yeah.
it's a linked list.
Yes. Linkless.
Of linked list in a very large fashion. When it started. It started as a
Mhm.
linked list that you also add your transaction, I will also add my transaction. Let everyone add his or her transaction. Let there be no middleman. But when you add a transaction, we will give a voting whether your transaction is right or not. So it is mainly a process where we are adding our block with the consent of others.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
our block is in a unique way. That is what blockchain is.
Okay, ma'am. So with this, I would like to wrap up this session. It's been a wonderful session. Extremely, I hope our viewers find its session it's extremely knowledgeable and adding value added. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us very much knowledge and joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Himanshu Ingle. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Sayonara.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, ma'am.
I hope
Thank.
these educators will be liked by
Yes.
everyone. And
Yes.
you can drop in your comments if you want to talk about certain technologies or any other
Mhm.
language or something on which you want an introductory session. Your comments are
Yes.
always open, and we will come back on that session very shortly in the coming weeks of IT Talks. I also
Mhm.
want to thank Neil Rane sir, Executive
Yeah.
President of Atharva Group of Institutes.
Mhm.
He gave us immense freedom to teach people and reach people in innovative ways. I also want to thank Ms. Pallavi Rane madam and Mrs. Varsha Rane ma'am. Mrs. Varsha Rane ma'am is our trustee, and Miss Pallavi Rane is also a trustee who is helping us a lot in imparting education, and
Yeah.
we are really thankful to them for providing us such wonderful platform. We also
Yes.
thank all our directors and professors who always ask us and motivate us to conduct such sessions
Hmm.
live, so that they can always listen whenever they are free, and whenever they want to share, they always share with their students. So a deep
Yes. Yes.
thanks to everyone from my side.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. It's been a wonderful session again. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.